Hey Limitless Nation, today you're in for an absolute treat. You get to learn directly from Li Min Huang. Li Min is a business clarity and success coach. She came to America at a young age, and being an introvert didn't help, compounded with the fact that she didn't know any English. Li Min made a decision to become better. She taught herself to get out of her own way, and is now a top performing success coach for corporate female entrepreneurs, helping them get crystal clear on their gifts, build a business that leverages their genius and aligns with their passion and purpose so that her clients can create their dream lifestyle and make an impact on their tribe. In today's masterclass, you are going to learn directly from the one and only Li Min Huang. Let's dive into it.
Well, before you dive into today's masterclass session, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button below. It allows you to receive notification about every single time we have uploaded a new video and showing you how to live a limitless life. Now, if you want to dig deeper on what you need to do to hunt your future, make sure you watch the interview that I've done with Donna Vaughn at huntyourfuture.com. It will show you how you can hunt your future on every aspect of your being. Plus, you're going to receive tips and secrets on what you need to do to tackle your days on a regular basis. Now, let's dive into today's masterclass sessions.
Welcome, Li Min Huang.
Hi, how are you, Donovan?
I'm doing absolutely phenomenal, and I'm very privileged to have you here with us today.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here today.
Tell us, Li Min, is there anything in the bio that we did not cover that you'd like to share with the Limitless Nation?
Yes, I want to share a reason why I do what I do. One of my role models is my grandma, and coming from we were farmers country, living in the country, so she grew up not having a chance to go to college or education. She always loved to learn. So in her 60s, she actually went back to school and got her third grade education. She always inspired me because she's so curious, willing to learn, and she's actually a natural artist. She can draw things without any teaching or any learning, and that's how she was, always curious and wanting to better herself and learn more. However, when she contracted cancer, and she kind of finally gave up on her life, I saw the light in her eyes dim, like she gave up. It really, reminded me that, we have limited time on earth, right? In this life, whatever you want to do, you want to go after your dreams and live to the best of your potential. That's always reminded me that I want to do that for myself, and I want to inspire and empower other people, especially women, to go after their dreams and be themselves and not let that song die with them. And so that's the reason behind what I do.
Wow, that's very heartfelt. Thank you for sharing that with us.
You're welcome.
Now, here at Limitless Nation, we have a tradition of starting each and every single interview out with a limitless quote or mantra. Do you have such a quote or mantra that you have embedded into your life?
Yes, one of my favorite quotes is from Marianne Williamson, from her passage to A Return to Love, is that our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. And then we ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. You're playing small does not serve the world. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other permission to do the same. So this is one of my favorite quotes that remind myself that there's light and brilliance in each one of us, and it is our job or gift, to share that with the world. And then it does not diminish anybody else when we shine our own light. Actually inspire others to shine theirs.
Absolutely, because when you get better and start living that limitless life at this standard, you inspire the people down here to come up to your level.
Yes, exactly.
That's exciting. Now, speaking of trying to get up here, what are a couple of challenges that you had to overcome to get to the limitless life that you're living now?
Well, as you probably know, I'm from Taiwan and came here when I was 13 years old, immigrated. And so my first challenge was actually learning the language. You can probably tell, I still have an accent. However, I am a lot better at expressing myself and, being able to communicate. So, and then my other challenge was that as an introvert, I didn't know how to speak up, or I tend to be really shy. And my job was a programmer, right? I chose that because I can stay behind the computer because I didn't want to talk to people. As I learned, start learning that about having, my own business. That's when I start learning that I need to be able to communicate, express myself. So I take up to a level and start mentoring and learning about how to be, a trainer, speaker. So that's one of the passions that I would like to help women to speak up and find a voice and up for themselves. And also, as many of you probably are entrepreneurs, right? Or even in a career that you may have faced challenges. Some of mine was like, I've been laid up at least 5 times in my career, from programming to software engineering to project to sales. So if anybody could relate to that, you're not alone. And businesses, how many entrepreneurs have failed a couple times? I did. One of my biggest one that was my real estate business. I always have a passion to build in about 3-year time, and I was able to run that system. So
the screen froze. Can you rewind just to the last 2 sentences? You started to say you have a passion.
I have a passion to build wealth, because as I've learned from the mentor, in my life, that it's not about how much money per hour income you have. It's about the lifestyle freedom. So I'm about building wealth. And then one of the great way I look at is building businesses, and, real estate was one of the passions. So that's why I started building a business in the real estate market. And in 3 years, I was able to acquire 14 properties. And when I got laid off from my corporate job, I just decided to become an entrepreneur full-time. So I built a system to, run property managers around 7 different states. So when the market crashed, though, my business also crashed. So the hardest thing was that I actually had to file bankruptcy. And that was the hardest thing, because for someone who was not even late on a phone bill to having to, lost credibility with friends and family, with businesses, partners, it was so hard that for me to learn that lesson. And so it bankrupted me, not just financially, emotionally, and physically as well. I developed chronic fatigue syndrome. It was hard even to get out of bed, having the energy to do anything. So it took me a year or so to rebuild that, coming back from that. And, what I learned was, it's not about how much money you make. It's really like that you enjoy. I missed so much time with my family and friends. During that time, I thought I was chasing financial freedom or building wealth, that I gave up a lot of that. So coming back, my lesson was to build it differently. Yes, I will still chase after my dream, whatever I look like. To me now, it's not just a dollar amount. It's about the lifestyle, the freedom. I get to spend quality time with friends and family while, helping and doing work, purpose, right? Meaningful to me. Right. So that's my lesson coming back.
Now, in going through all of this difficulty and having chronic issues of just finding it hard just to get out of bed in the morning, what was your aha moment where you went from all of that challenge to now you're living this limitless life?
Biggest thing is forgive myself, because I was really hard on it. I don't know anybody are like for recovering perfectionist or recovering workaholic. That's me. And what happened is I was working full time and running 2 businesses on the side, right? Talk about trying to overachieve, which is not a bad thing. It's about how you manage your energy and what you define as success. So I felt I was a failure, and I let that crush, right? And what I learned is that I need to forgive myself, because I'm a human, right? We learn from mistakes, no matter how big or small. And like the most multi-millionaire, they actually fail at least a couple times before they actually build a lasting empire or, success. So what I frame is a harder thing for me. It's reframing failure and then forgiving myself that, yes, I tried this thing, I did this way, it failed, didn't work. However, I am not a failure, because I lie in bed and thinking, this is not me. I am not a quitter. Doesn't matter. Okay, so what? I lost all my money. Yeah, I was bad. I was not good at the relationship. I ruined some of it because I was not good at taking care of the business. But you know what? The past is past. The only thing you can change is the moment, like the now. One of the Louis Hayes quote is another one is that your power is at the moment. So that's how you can change. So that's when I came back. So let me see how I can rebuild. Doesn't matter not multi-millionaire or all these things I define as success. Every day if I get out of bed and do my best, that's a successful day. And then I will make more mistakes. I will make more mistakes because we're human. That actually I learn most from mistakes, right? Anybody can agree with that? Things are going smooth. You're not really learning anything. So So I'm going to say I'm going to learn how to forgive myself more, and because that gives me grace to forgive people too, because I have compassion for myself, a compassion for other people, because they were just doing the best with what they have at the time.
Lee Min, can you share what you're working on right now?
Well,
Hope you enjoyed the masterclass session so far. Before we get into the second half of the session itself, it is very crucial for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I really don't want you to miss out on another masterclass where I'm going to share with you what other experts, celebrities, Fortune 5000 companies do to become successful and live a limitless life. So make sure you subscribe right now, and every single time we upload a new video, you will receive a notification bell. This allows you to enjoy the masterclass on the regular basis. So make sure you subscribe right now. Well, as you are ready, let's get into the second half of the masterclass session.
Right now I'm working on building community. So I am launching a few, like a series. I have meetup groups that I want to do some in-person community building resources to offer women to build their business. So I have a speed networking and monetize your business series where I will have speakers to help them with different parts of the business that they can, attend, and then get that, and also build a network by networking, right? Finding friends and referrals and support group. And for me, that I have a, working on program and offering that actually help, corporate women, because I'm back in a corporate job, part of my rebuilding process, but I'm building business on the side. So who I want to most help right now are corporate women or professional women who are working full time and are looking for ways to build businesses on this, while they're working, eventually transition out and, work on their business full time. They choose to do so and build well.
That sounds exciting. Now tell us, where can the Limitless Nation listeners and viewers go to learn more about this amazing opportunity?
Well, thank you. Right now I'm more active. I have a couple pages. So I have my website, leeminhuang.com, and also I'm on Facebook, Lee Min Huang Now. And then where they actually will find at the Facebook business page is the link to free resources that I'm offering. Because I get a lot of women come to me and say, what business should I start? And if I started the business, is that the right kind of business? It's the right program, right structure, the right kind of people? So I put together a free guide to getting paid for what you already know. Because there are like 5 areas you want to look into to build, business that's designed for you by what you want to achieve. So that's a free resources I like to offer. And you can get that from Lee Min Huang Now at the Facebook business page, or the individual link to that will be with a bit.ly bit.ly/I want the secret. But just make sure you capitalize the I, W, T, and S, just each word capitalized. I want the secret. So that's why I love to help people if they can get that as a free resource for them.
Absolutely. I highly encourage checking out this free resource. It is amazingly informational. Now, Lee Min, in your limitless journey, what was one thing that you felt was holding you back from really going forward?
The fear, actually, of being myself. Because I think how I grew up, there's a standard behavior sort of for when I grew up, a more conservative, traditional family. So I felt like there's a model or like a behavior who I'm supposed to be. Like it's mapped out for me. And then for years, I kind of obeyed that model because I didn't know any better. As I moved to US, I learned to be more independent. And my biggest fear is like, wow, what if I become myself and nobody like me or, want to be my friend? And so that's even now still like, okay, am I doing something wrong, right? Just the freedom to be yourself. So that's one of my passion is that part of my mission statement, if I could share with that is I want to inspire and empower people to realize their own beauty and power, to express their own gift, to live with joy and purpose, with wealth and abundance. So part of that is just to know that there's no accident. You are here as you because you are part of the puzzle for the world. And just being you is your gift. So it took me many years, and I still sometimes let that, but I just now I have a realization, awareness. Okay, it's okay to be yourself and just to become the best version of you, because the only person you need acceptance, approval from is yourself, So love, acceptance, improve yourself.
I agree. Because you helping yourself, then you can help other people.
Yes, and then make it okay to be you, right? Remember, you have the brilliance and light in you. So just be you and shine that light and let other people, shine theirs.
Absolutely. And part of you being you, I'm sure, do you have a specific habit that you have instilled into your life that helps you maintain the lifestyle you live?
One of mine is that I surround myself with mentors, and I attend program, and group that support me and see me bigger than myself. Because we're human, right? We doubt ourselves, and then, we have fear, right? However, when I surround myself with people like that who support me and see me more than myself, and it helped me pull that out of me. And then, so the strength coming from you and knowing yourself, that's the foundation. However, there are times, right? When you hit that spot, you won't have to have support group that help you and pull you out, because that's what I learned on my journey.
Right. Now, in part of having a support group, what is one bit of advice that you have received that you can share with the Limitless Nation?
Forgiveness. Because forgiveness is lead to freedom. Because for years I've burdened with all the things I've done wrong, all the mistakes I've done, that weighed me down so heavily. I don't know if anyone can relate to that, right? So when I started learning forgiveness, it's a process, right? Like there's more to forgive every day, right? As I learn. But the thing is, then I gave myself the space to change, to be better, So forgiveness is the key. And then the love for yourself is that go behind that, is because, then you can give yourself grace and then really let yourself come on, be who you are.
Right. Because by forgiving yourself and then even forgiving others, you give yourself permission to say that this is no longer something that can guilt me.
Exactly. Yeah, because that weighed down so much, and then you feel helpless to do anything, So when you set that and let yourself be free from that guilt and shame, and then you, take a fresh air, you can go again, right?
Absolutely. I agree. Because sometimes I forgive people even though I don't necessarily feel like forgiving someone. I forgive people because I don't want to feel guilty and I want to release myself.
Exactly. Because it's for you, actually. It releases that from you, the resentment, everything from you. So it's not about the other person. It's actually for you.
I agree. Now, in speaking of for you, and I call it practicing selfish love, because you have to be able to love yourself before you can really love someone else or help other people. What is one book that you can suggest to the Limitless Nation that has made the biggest impact in your journey so far?
I am a VIP reader, so it's really hard to pick one because I have so many books. However, at this point in my journey that I want to share is Louise Hay's Can Heal Your Life. I'm working through, love yourself and I just want to make sure I got it correctly. Love Yourself, Heal Your Life. It's a workbook. So I'm doing the process, and on that, I read the book previously, but now I'm just going to the workbook to make sure I go through all the exercise. So that's what I'm working out right now, and I highly recommend that. That's going through the practice, forgiveness, and self-love.
And who's the author again?
Louise Hay.
Louise Hay.
Yes.
Thank you.
You can heal your life.
I like that, because everyone in their own mind, once they make that decision to be really honest with themselves, can really make a change in their life at a moment's notice as soon as they decide that what they're living right now is not going to be it for their life.
Yeah, and I think it's come in layers, right? And to me, it's not so much like fears. You will have any fears. Actually, you will, especially when you hitting what you think is your limit, and you're going to go to the next one. So what I learned is about not having any fear. And because not having any fear means you may not have any excitement either, because your body acts the same with fear and excitement, react exactly the same. It's your definition of it that make it a fear or excitement. So what happened is you want to learn, I would suggest you learn to live with the fear and recognize it. Say, what's this? And what's holding me back? What do I need to look at? And then go through the fear. Because at the other side, right, we say what you want on the outside, the fear, it's just not about having no fear. It's about going through that fear, recognizing that just a fear doesn't stop you from doing what you want to do and express yourself and be yourself. So that's what I would suggest.
Nice. Now, Lin Min, If you had to take a step back and say overview of your life and take a step back and had the opportunity to start all over again, perhaps in the most difficult spot, is there anything that you would have done differently to get to the limitless life that you're living now faster?
The thing is, when you look back in your life, back to 2020, right? Like, you're looking back. The thing is, though, I look at it this way, because part of your journey, what I'm today is, I don't know, I could change things. I would want to change things. And because it's part of building and becoming who you are, because I now learn so many tools and, and also so much deeper understanding who I am through my journey so far. So I don't know if I would change it, because part of difficulty and challenges actually shape me into who I am. So what I would say is that looking back, what I would is have more, or actually less stress about it. It's just kind of having more belief and trust in myself and have faith that things would be okay, because there will always be challenges and there will be always difficulties. I'm still dealing with them, It's not like it's gone from it. It's because as you go for bigger goals, there will be more obstacles, as you're pushing to grow beyond where you are, who you are right now. So the tool would be just to accept it and then look at, okay, so what can I do better? And going through the fear, and also, saying like, what have I learned, from this process? Because that's part of your journey and part of experience that make you so unique that no one else can be you and no one else can do what you do. So that's why it's such a joy to work with people, just to help them find that in themselves, because that's the combination, I call it, that unique combination that made them who they are.
I agree. And that is absolutely amazing. Tell us, Lin-Min, how can the Limitless Nation reach out to you, connect with you, see what's going on, and just be a part of what you're all about?
Well, thank you for giving me the chance opportunity to share this. As mentioned earlier, I am on LiMinHuang.com. So it's LiMinHuang.com. I'll be adding more to that. However, I'm more active on my Facebook business page, which is Li-Min Huang Now. That is on the Facebook page, and where you actually will, I will be doing, more teaching through Facebook Lives and have resources there. The free guide I mentioned is right there, so you can click and receive a copy.
Thank you for your time, Li-Min Huang.
Thank you so much, John. I have a fun time here, and hopefully it will help inspire some people or help them on their journey.
Absolutely. I know that the Limitless Nation, I'm sure, has been inspired by your story. I know I absolutely am.
Thank you so much. I'm really honored to have this chance to share my story.
Until next time, this is Donovan saying stay limitless. Thank you.
Well, that's a wrap. Please make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the word subscribe. And if you want to go deeper on learning on what you need to do to hunt your future, make sure you watch the interview that I've done with Donovan on what you need to do to hunt your future on every aspect of your being. This allows you to live a limitless life on every aspect of your life, starting from today's forward. Plus, you are going to receive tips and tricks on what you need to do to tackle your day, tackle your challenges on every situation, every single time. So go ahead and download it right now, and until then, stay limitless forever.